What do you do when you get caught into the cycle of a reality that you don't prefer and you constantly react into it in a way that you also don't prefer? Because that's what I found myself in this morning. And I had to catch myself because I was spiraling. Hello, we are back. Welcome if this is your first time. Lovely to have you. And I'm Shem
Omondi.
And this is Awaken to Joy. So this morning I didn't have the best of the nights last night. Coming up, I was playing Twister and I lost. It was that type of night. I was just my back. It was all sorts. It was just all sorts. And when I woke up, I felt every piece of it. And I was just like, all right, fine. Yeah, I'll shake it off.
So how do you feel?
Fit to say I couldn't.
How do you feel now?
I'm okay, but that whole thing took its toll on me. I spiraled, had to chat to you, and then ended up saging everywhere, having a download, and here I am with an episode with some answers.
so now you feel good?
Oh, I'm fine. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good.
Yeah.
So,
hang on, are we a bit like maybe we want to just like you? No, is that me or
what? Do you want me to move?
And you way up front. So
it's the chair, babe. Boo, it's the chair. Listen, we got our donation button for a reason.
And
it's the chair. It's gonna be the chair. It's gonna be doing what the chair's gonna do.
See this, Lala? See, I can't even see my candle. Look, my beautiful candle. See there? Here? Sorry, I can't make it. Yeah, there. Anyway, I just wanted to,
Okay. All right.
You like what you like. I love candles.
All right, fine.
Beautiful things, isn't it?
Believe it or not, we actually have a candle on the table in front of us. Like it's not. No, leave it. Leave the thing, babe. Leave the thing.
Come on, it's all lantern. Look, do you want to see it? Come on, we're here for that. Come on, see this? Look, it's beautiful, right? It's fantastic.
Your love for lanterns has me feel like it's next level.
I love it. Listen, you gotta be yourself,
You do. Some people are into, things, and you're into lanterns. It is what it is.
I think it's amazing.
I know you do.
Like, a nice terrace with big old lanterns and that.
I know. You're into lanterns. It is what it is.
Anyway.
I'm not against it. I'm just like, all right, fine.
I digress.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. Hey, you know what? It's just the way it is. So,
yeah.
Usually it's you, it's not me.
Not on a lantern
Get lost in translations.
Jesus. All right, look.
Anyway.
Here we are.
Let's talk about this.
I was talking in the spirit of what I went through this morning. I had a whole entire download. So this episode is more based on what happens when you're in the middle of trying to manifest a new reality and you keep on getting echoes of the same old, and you're finding it hard to keep a higher vibration, or you're finding it hard to keep so-called positive about the things which are showing themselves to be true in your reality. Because at the end of the day, you're not going to see change instantaneously at the beginning. Well, sometimes you do, but for the most parts, especially when you're starting and this is new to you, you may not see the changes you want to see when you feel you need to see them. Hence the divine timing and not your timing. A lot of the times our time horizon is not in alignment with divine time horizon, and we have a tendency to force things. So what do you do when you're caught in the cycle? Because I made notes. You like that?
I love that. But
okay.
You know me and notes. It's just...
What do you do when you get caught into the cycle of a reality that you don't prefer? And you constantly react into it in a way that you also don't prefer. Because that's what I found myself in this morning. And I had to catch myself because I was spiraling. I had to catch myself real quick. yeah, so whether that's feeling of demotivation, it could come in many ways. Irritation, you're demotivated to do something, you're feeling a little bit lackluster, you're feeling a little bit down, like, you know, the day's not really giving you what you need out of it. You're not really feeling motivated. Any other synonym for what I'm talking about?
Well, I think we've all been there. I mean, been there a countless amount of time.
Yeah.
But
my whole entire download was like how to kind of just, because I literally used it and I was like, oh, okay, this is great. It came in perfect timing for this episode. So yeah.
Do you think that the way you felt today was like a lack of observation and understanding of what you're going through? So, meaning, what I mean by that, it's like a lot of things are going through in your life at the moment.
Yeah.
And there's maybe a direct link to the way you felt.
And the things that are happening.
Because you're in a phase of your life where you think like you're evolving and changing positively, you may forget that those are things that can come up. And days you may feel a bit like you're not observing as late. Because if I actually look back like the last days or what you told me about certain things, I'm kind of like, okay, I don't know. That could have played a role in you being in that, I don't like to say state of mind, but in that
place,
more in vibrating in certain frequency, not that is necessarily low, but that allows certain healing aspect.
Well, I did some clearing last night, and there was tears and it worked. It's just it was heavy on me. But by this morning, emotionally, I felt better. But I guess there was a little bit of residue left, which I didn't take into consideration.
Yeah. So had you maybe been more observant, you may have been able to kind of like nip it early.
Oh, absolutely. And sometimes you've got to say to yourself, is it cleared or is it not? You said it's cleared, it's cleared. So it's uttered, so it is.
Yeah.
Done.
Yeah.
Like, if you want to do the game where you're saying it's dragged out and it's going to take me a week to finish it up, then we could do that game.
But I'm not
in the game of that.
There's also, I've heard as well, the fact that when things are still in you, I wouldn't say vibrating, but things are still in your sphere, that it's like a print that's there for people to recognize it and trust with themselves.
Yeah, so sometimes it's not for you to...
Yeah, because you're going to...
be like, oh my gosh, it's still here. It's just like, it's still here.
Yeah.
I've dealt with it, but it's here so that someone else can have a look at it. And
so, or someone might be attracted in a way to you, and that energy may like make them have maybe a train of thought about something, and then it's for them to then transmute something similar,
something that they're ready to also transmute.
And that thought they may think is their thought, but it is not. They picked it up in might be someone else's thoughts, but then that brought up something in them.
Well, there's that as well. There could be that, but then that relates to the fact that I had after I got myself together, I had the download right immediately, like whole stream of thought. And I was like, I'm going to share it with the collective, because at the end of the day, maybe someone's going to have one of those days as well. So this is what it is. So the first thing I did is an exercise. So I was just... As I was feeling the way I was feeling, I felt like off tilt. I actually felt like I didn't want to do anything today. Like, even when I thought about, singing, it wasn't really like anything. Even when I thought about drawing, painting, I was just like, nah, I'm all right. It was one of those curl up days. Yeah. Like, let me hibernate somewhere days.
Yeah, it's a trick.
Yeah. And I was like, well... it's not PMS, it's nothing like that. So this is something else. And then I thought, Shem, don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. there's obviously a reason you're feeling this way. So I had listened to, well, you know, I regularly listen to Bashar. So he's one of the channelers. Well, he is a being that is channeled by Daryl Anchor. So I don't know if you lot have listened to him or heard of him, but he has some sound practical advice that he bestows onto his listeners from time to time as well. So if ever you are into that, you could check that out. But he had come up with something about 2 or 3 weeks ago that I thought, oh, that's helpful. And as the kids go through their day-to-day life, I've realised how helpful it was. Obviously, I have my own spin on it, but I've realised using it, it's helped them a lot. So here I am feeling how, you know, one could feel. And then I was like, all right, so then I'm put it to use.
So you were demotivated today?
Yeah, I was.
What was your reaction to it? How did you respond to it?
My first reaction was that I felt bad about feeling bad.
Which you feel worse.
Which made me feel worse. And I know that seems like, what do you mean? But I was just like, oh, wow. It's like feeling bad about feeling bad. It was that.
Yeah.
It was like over focusing on the fact that I didn't feel how I wanted to.
It's definitely linked to what you transmitted not so long ago. I mean,
Last
you
night.
told me, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's all about blame. It's reacting to things with blame, with the intention of blaming someone, something, some sort.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I was just like, okay, Shem, back it on up. You've got to detach yourself from this. But not in a delusional way, like, nothing to see here, nothing's happening, I don't feel this. This is, no, I'm here. I'm experiencing this. I get it. But not in the I am, more in the Shem is experiencing this. So I find that the exercise I use is number one, like doing like a little dose of detachment. So instead of saying, oh, I feel this way, it's like I'll say, Shem feels this way, or Shem is experiencing whatever, which kind of allows me to kind of see it from like the God view of it. Like, okay, this is happening. And why is this? Imagine you're playing Sims.
Yeah.
If your sim is going through something, you're not suddenly, as the player, going to start feeling the same emotion your sim is going through, are you? You're going to just turn around and you're going to be like, oh, they feel a little this, that, what can I do to get this together?
Yeah.
It's that type of detachment.
Like a remote control.
It's that. And I was like, all right, Shem is experiencing this, and this feeling because she chooses to believe what? And I was like, I choose to believe that this is going to define my day. I choose to believe that it will bring me more comfort to feel down about feeling down than try to feel up. And then I was like, wow, you believe that? And I was just like, okay. You're allowed to believe what you want to believe. But is it serving you right now?
Yeah.
Or are you spiraling? And I was like, you're spiraling. What we're going to have to do is have a daily dose of pick me up. So I just got up. For me, I was like, I started saging the house. Why? Because I like the smell of sage, not because of any other reason. I was like, you know what? I like the smell of sage in the house. Let's do this. If only to not share my mood with everybody else. Went upstairs, saw the kids. Funny enough, they were playing something together that looked like I would be all in if I was 10. And I was like, oh, yeah, I've got things to do. I'll get back to this, but that looks fun, okay?
But for someone that was not motivated, you probably were like, there was a part of you that wanted to be involved.
Definitely. And that's the part I held on to for dear life, okay? I was like, well, there's a spark there. Let's hold on to the spark. You know, let's Tarzan our way back to the spark, okay? So I was just like, okay, I came downstairs and then I spoke to you. And then I was like, okay, so what am I not being right now? And I was like, compassionate. I'm not showing myself enough compassion in this moment. I'm like feeling something, experiencing it, and then the mere fact that I feel bad about it is like, why do you feel like this? Why am I questioning why I feel like that? Done. Like, that's what you're experiencing right now.
Like,
that's it. You don't have to. Oh, it's feeling bad about it is like blaming myself for feeling that way, and then pointing fingers, and then, going down that whole rabbit hole that just doesn't need to be experienced at all.
Yeah, I mean, looking back now with hindsight, I mean, it's almost as if today you were. And that's why I think you were transmitting what you told me the day before.
Yeah.
Because it's almost as if you were looking for something to feel bad about without realizing it.
Yeah.
So then you can put the blame onto whoever is responsible of the very things you feel bad about.
Well,
which once you, because it's the thing with blame, once you pass the you pass this first hurdle where you stop blaming everyone for your miscoming, and you're saying, okay, I can't keep on doing this. At the end of the day, it's just not who I want to be. You think you're over that part of blaming and stuff like that. You're taking responsibility for your life, but then there's one person that's left usually, and that's going to be the next person that's going to get it, which is yourself.
Yeah.
Usually, because you're not doing it blaming other people, and you're like,
it's not like I turned around and I was like, you.
Yeah.
I was just
like. So now, like.
I was like, me. It was like that.
And it's like now you kind of choking yourself, like you just like literally violating yourself now.
Basically.
Because you're like, if there's something that goes wrong, that's because the way you handle the situation or whatever, blah, 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 and you get into that snowball things effect. And I kind of saw the way the first, and it's like the first things you were saying you're not comfortable with, or what you noticed and stuff like that. It was like that, searching for
someone to blame.
To be just wrong.
Something to be wrong. I can't. Dare I have a clearing, wake up and everything's all right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Something's got to be up.
That, and you know what? Some things, it's probably the most, funny enough, it might be the most challenging things to stop blaming, like, yourself. Like, stop blaming others is easier than what, it's the easiest part, I would say.
This is exactly what it is. Okay. Do you want to know what my answer was? So when I did the third person exercise, I was like, Shem is choosing to feel bad about feeling bad right now because she believes she needs someone to blame because it makes her feel like
that's a good way.
That's where I was. It makes her feel like, right. And then I was like, what does it make me feel like? And I was like, like clearing an emotion has to be a long process. And I was like, oh, an histoire. Like, it's another form of trying to create more drama in your life. Girl, you're busy. Well, what are you doing?
That's probably why.
It's like you go somewhere to have a shower, you had the shower, you're on your way home, and you're like, I'm filthy. It's like, you had a shower, you're clean, that's good, that's it, that's all it was.
Yeah.
It's done, it's over.
Yeah,
it's over.
I understand what you're saying.
It's like we get caught up in it has to be a struggle to be over.
And it's also for something good to happen, something has to be.
It can't just come like that. Yeah, it has to be a struggle.
Yeah,
it has
something
to be a process.
Has to be pushed down or desecrated in a way.
Something has to be destroyed.
It's like you're coming back from outside, you got a long day. I say, I had a long day, I'm going to take a shower. It's going to make me feel better. I can feel great. I feel fresh, get a release, whatever, all that energy might have quiet throughout the day. But not because I'm dirty necessarily, but more because I want to have that experience where I can, just
I can lovingly release myself,
and make me feel good.
Comfort myself.
But when you start being like, "No, I'm dirty. I've got to wash the day out of me," it's a whole nother energy you're going in with you're
it.
going about it. Yeah.
Hence, I was like, I released it. That's it. You've let it go.
Yeah.
How could you hang on to something you let go of? Oh, because you feel like you still need the drama of it taking a process so that you can say what? Oh, it took me 6 months to get over that. And it was so hard for me and da-da-da-da-da. No, gal, let it go.
Also,
you already let it go.
Yeah.
Your hands are empty. So what are you really hanging on to?
Yeah. You know what it is?
The idea that it needs to be a process that's long and drawn out. So you could tell a story about how long and process it was and how much you achieved because you let it go. Oh, gosh. I see where you're going with this, girl. It was that. It was that. And I was like, all right, lovingly, we're going to put that to the side now. Stop it.
Yeah, I think also
Stop it.
It's been in the duality and like I understand we're on Earth and it's like a very, it's very... you contrasted. Basically,
it's the contrast of it all.
You experience the contrast, but it can be from a neutral space. You can start seeing it from a neutral space, but not from the duality. And unfortunately, when you've got an issue, the first thing is that is bad, and we all do it we've all done it before
not
you get to
that
certain level. But it's like that is bad. It's like the connotation is bad.
Yeah.
Therefore, have to fix it. And this is why I don't even like the word fixing it now anymore. Because if you say, I got to fix it, it means because it's broken or it's bad or there's something wrong with it.
Yeah.
You're straight up in the duality.
You've already judged it. Now you're putting attention on it. Now to fix it, you've got to work on it. Now to work, it has to be effort.
Right.
Now the effort, it needs to take time. Now the time might
God
be
forbid,
6 months now. God forbid you'd get rid of it in one night or just you tell yourself, I'm letting it go and it's done.
Babe, God forbid you fail at it. Oh my.
If you tell yourself you fail at it, then now you can make a real histoire of it. Now you got to sit down and talk to a couple people about it. Now you got to do a session about it.
Yeah.
Now you got to... And I'm like, nah, girl, you don't have to do all of that.
Well, this is why I believe that there's certain people that can help. They're actually certain channelers, people that channel like ascended master like Adamus Saint-Germain.
Yeah, practical advice.
I think that
practical everyday advice.
Don't try to fix everything. The idea that everything is wrong, because when you're trying to fix everything, is I don't know one person is trying to fix something that don't think is wrong.
Yeah, you wouldn't try to fix it if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right?
Yeah.
So you're just affirming that it's broke by the mere fact that you think it needs fixing.
So the idea that you're trying to fix everything and be the fixer of all your problem, it's a problem in itself, because
now you've created more work for yourself to do.
Yeah,
which is what I felt like I was ultimately trying to do. I was like, didn't you just clear it and that was it?
I've been there.
Didn't you just let that go and then that was it?
I've been there. Where...
So I was like, you know what? Let's have some compassion for yourself. So this was part of the download. So I'm just going to, as I was typing, I was like, okay. So it's like, it's my reflection on it. So when it comes to the compassion and acceptance part, I was like, whenever you are in the process of choosing a new routine, because a lot of this is note to self, and adopting new habits, the universe has a way of echoing the old patterns back to you. So yeah, I went through something yesterday.
Yeah.
But it was just yesterday. The time it's going to take me to shift and manifest into something else, the universe sometimes has a way of asking you, are you sure about that change? It's like when you send a text and they give you the 3 seconds to say, do you want to undo this text? If you sit there and be like, I don't know, send. Innit? So unless you say to them, undo, it's not going to undo it. It's going to be on the same whatever programming you would decide to adhere to up to now.
Yeah. That's true.
So when it comes back to yourself, you said, oh, that's that thing I cleared yesterday. Well, that hasn't got anything to do with me today because it's already cleared for me.
Yeah.
Done. Over. That's you telling the universe, no, I'm done with that story.
Yeah.
I don't prefer that story anymore.
Sometimes it's simply in relation to your clearing or you were clearing.
Yeah.
It's simply about the natural. It's like this machine. The way the universe is like this machine that just work the things out for you. So you're like, oh wow, why am I feeling that way today? And then the minute you ask yourself why, you're like, oh, I'm obviously assuming that this transmutation is happening.
Yeah.
And then all it is a choice to feel differently.
Well, this is what I wrote down. The next thing I wrote down was, when this occurs in your reality, you can say, I recognize something has shifted.
Right.
That's it. It's like a seismic shift. You're going to feel a little bit of a rumble. That's it.
And you know what?
You ain't got to go under the table and say, why is it rumbling? And then go call the local weather people and then say what's going on. Like, you know what it is and it's done. It's the noise it makes on its way out is what I like to think about it as. It's like if you told something to leave and you sent it out the front door, you're going to hear the door shut on its way out. Sometimes it's just the sound of the door shutting on its way out. You ain't got to get into it, blame the door, say you should have put padding on the door. You're doing too much.
Yeah, don't be a scientist of your thoughts.
You're doing too much. The whole letting it go is the letting it go.
Yeah.
And if you've let it go and you hear it leaving, then you heard it leaving.
Yeah, try and overanalyze everything, your thought pattern, everything, all that. Things are probably not yours anyway.
Yeah. And then that brings me to my next bit, which is integration and gratitude. So I'm like, oh, so if instead of saying, oh, I feel bad and I feel bad about being bad and oh my God, why do I feel so bad today? And blah, 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 blah. Just saying, oh, something shifted. Great. That means that worked. Wonderful. You see that? Now I'm giving a bit of gratitude to the fact that I transmuted something.
Yeah.
Now I'm realizing that I've integrated something.
Well, it's funny because most of the time, if you're honest with it, had you had the idea of transmuting, say, shame or guilt, whatever that feeling might be, never there in the first place.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have been noticed. You wouldn't notice. It would be business as usual. It's just one of these days, and you would have gone with your life, being who you are, and done. But now that you're able to notice, even the fact that you're able to feel bad about it because you're noticing, it's obvious that this has been brought up to your attention, and you've been that awake to it, which means, but in itself is a transmutation anyway.
Well, if you are conscious of the fact that you feel that way, that means that you already have the ability to get rid of it, to transmute it. It's coming up and asking you, do you prefer this? Because if you think about it, the universe hasn't judged it, you've judged it.
Yeah.
It's coming up and asking me, do you prefer this?
Absolutely.
And I was like, no. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I don't prefer it. Goodbye. All right, bye.
Done.
It makes this noise on the way out and done.
Yeah, it's a beautiful way to deal with it.
End of. We ain't got to do the drama, we ain't got to do none of that. You know what I mean? Like, we ain't got to do none of that. Just...
You know what it is? It's like the idea that you have to fix everything. That everything is broken by default. That was my big realization anyway.
That's true, but in all fairness, I didn't expect. It was a clearing that I didn't expect. Like, I did some Reiki clearing and it brought something up that I had previously forgotten about.
Yeah.
Like, you know, good old 1980s kid, cut it out and push it down type of thing.
Well, yeah.
Because, like, how am I going to function at breakfast if I still have to look the same person in the face and I've clearly gone through some trauma with them? Like, push it down, didn't happen, nothing to see here. It's that. And I was like, I forgot. I genuinely forgot. Just so I could function.
Do you mind to share it?
I will, but I think the best thing to do is to talk about how to fix it first. Like, talk about not how to fix it, but talk about like the process at which I kind of just brought myself back up to where I am today. Like,
okay,
I'm good. You know what I mean? So yeah, and then I was grateful. I was grateful for even realizing, okay, this is where you're at today, and it's okay, and that's fine. Like, give yourself some care. Be kinder to yourself. Like, what are you bugging about? Why are you upset with the fact that you realize that you're upset? Now you're just looking to be upset. Like, you're good. Great, you realized. Wow. You weren't in a position to realize, like, a lot of the times, like, how long have you in the past gone through a day that wasn't to your preference without realizing that from the morning you kind of felt not yourself?
Yeah.
Had you woken up and even realized, you know, today I'm checking in on myself, I'm not doing this today. You would have just avoided it. But the mere fact that we don't check in and we can't like be like, oh, the mere fact we don't realize, we kind of just put ourselves again, and then the universe, being the reflector that it is, sends you all of these things to reflect. Do you see this? Oh, bad mood? I'll give you some more of that.
Usually, you know what, I think in relation to what you were talking about, I would say, that's how I see it, if you feel bad about yourself because of the way you feel and you're looking to blame someone, and now you come to a point where you don't want to blame the rest of the world for it. You should say, okay, and you do blame yourself. If you keep on doing this, eventually you'll blame somebody else again. Period.
Yeah, 100%.
Because it's the prison in which you built for yourself that you'll find out that you can't come out, and blaming somebody else give you this like an out really.
Well, no, you're still in the prison, but now you could feel better with it by inviting someone else there and saying,
but the appearance is you come out but open the door to only invite somebody else in there.
Yeah.
So
that I wasn't even on that.
It's just to say that when you're trying to fix these things, we're never really good at it. We're not really good at when you get into the fixing mode of it rather than the let go and release these things.
This is exactly, if I'm going to keep it 100, had I said last night, I'm going to fix this, I'd still be at it today. But because it was more of a release, I knew that
I think there was
the whole point of it was the letting go of it.
Yeah, I think there was a part of you to release, because I think you released one aspect of it, but there was another aspect.
Every aspect.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So you always think there's, I've done this. Yeah. And you could get caught up into the mire of, aren't I such a good person? Aren't I so forgiving? And then you're there berating yourself the next day.
Duality and your friend. Good.
It's your experience, but at the end of the day, just know why it's there. It's there for you to kind of just...
But I think
see things for they are.
Contrast is the whole experience, but duality is a choice.
Yeah.
Something you choose to. That's how you choose to view contrast and experience contrast.
Yeah. If you want to. And that's why I was like, I chose not to. I was like, no, I'm stepping out of this one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was like that. So then I went on to, what's the point of it? Like, what is the point of this even happening? Like, why is the point in mastering this whole entire thing? And I was like, another thing to be grateful for me was the fact that it allowed me to have more mastery over manifesting the very thing I wanted to manifest.
Can you explain for you what it was then?
Because the way manifesting works, the universe is a magnifier, the universe is a mirror. So it's going to mirror what you're feeling inside, so within, so without, and then it's going to magnify it. It's going to keep on bringing you those things.
In which you want or don't want.
In which you prefer or don't prefer.
Mm-hmm.
And depending on how your reaction is to those things, it will bring you more of those things or less of them. But like, as I said, when you're in that in-between stage, like while you're waiting to transition out of one state of mind to another, sometimes it can bring you things that were of your old state of mind or your old pattern.
Yeah.
And it's just you to bring your new process into it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So here I put down like maintaining your frequency to reach critical mass. And what I mean is, if you say, okay, I'm going to raise my frequency, and you've spent currently, say, maybe you say you meditated that morning, you went 20 minutes and you were in total bliss.
Yeah.
And then the whole rest of the day, you were just in a stinking mood. The momentum of your frequency is going to lean towards the stinking mood than it is your bliss. Yeah?
Yeah.
If you switch that around, the momentum is going to be where your bliss is, because you would have spent more time with your frequency being there than you did with having a slip up. Hence why you can't get caught up in the slip up of, oh my gosh, I swore, or oh my gosh, I was angry for 5 minutes or whatever. No, move on, and move on quick, because the whole game is maintenance of frequency so that you could build momentum. Because once that momentum is built, it will do it by itself. It's like that snowball effect. But you got to get it going. Yeah. And once it's reached critical mass, then it will go by itself. But if you're not at that stage yet, and this is a new you, new process, this is a new experience you're wishing to manifest, then you're going to have to get to the place where you reach critical mass for that frequency before it's like, oh, what, this radio station? Yeah, this radio station, what? Fine tune the radio station. All right, this radio station? Yeah, that radio station. Okay, yep, now you can listen. But when you're in that in-between, you keep on going from this radio station to that radio station. You're not going to ever tune in. You're never going to get a signal enough to know where to stop. Yeah. Enough to know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
so
yeah.
it was that. And I was like, you know what? At very least today, I have achieved 2 things for myself. Like, I've lovingly been able to give myself the ability to let something go and the ability to maintain my frequency.
Yeah, I understand.
That's what it was about.
Yeah, that's really good to be able to be aware of that. Because I think also that we've we all heard about laws of attraction and how you manifest things and that. And the truth is, one thing that's difficult is to, like you say, is to be able to build up momentum. Well,
it's not difficult, but it's just you have to be mindful about it. Like,
well, what I mean difficult, you're right. It's not difficult, but it's there's a step before that, and I haven't heard a lot of people talking about that particular step,
which is
the knowing. If you know in the knowing that to be true, that you are, I've heard a lot of those channelers, and they insist in the fact that you're a creator, and I think it coincides with it.
Yeah.
Which means that if you are a creator, this means you literally create your reality, but you need to know it to be true. And because you're a creator, you therefore create your own truth. So it means that whatever you believe, if you're going to get into that manifestation, and you say, okay, this is what I want to try out. You cannot try to manifest if you don't create this truth for yourself, meaning you know it to be true that you are a creator, therefore anything can be manifested from you, so you don't have to look outside of yourself. But that's the first, because once that it's done and you assimilate the fact that you're an absolute creator, and then you can create that truth, and your truth is, okay, I can manifest anything, good or bad, if you want to call it good or bad, or more desirable or less desirable, just not to say good or bad. Then once you get to that point, you can build momentum, because every action you'll take, or more than action, thought you have, or visualization you will have, something will be created, and you'll be able, because you know it to be truth, your truth, and then you can start having that momentum. But I would say that the issue is people are still questioning if the laws of manifestation are actually real or true. So because
Well, try it out for a week.
Because you're a truth creator,
try it out for a week.
you're a creator of the truth, then you don't get to experience even the synchronicity of it, because it's all down to the fact that once you know it to be true, then that alone is manifesting this very law anyway, even though the law exists. But if you in your mind you don't think it exists,
I understand.
If you let your mind
I
lead
would
the
say-
show by thinking that, but I have no proof,
Well,
then you're going to have a hard
got
time to do
proof.
that. You know what I mean?
Well, this is the thing as well.
Yeah.
When I had to approach this, I was like, well, in the facts that I am multidimensional, which
Yeah.
is, if you're a multidimensional being, then it's the trinity of mind, body, and spirit. But what we usually do is focus on the body, the physical, which is, okay, what can I do to fix this? And I
Right.
have to do more doing, when all this time the mental is talking shit to yourself,
Right.
and the spiritual is like, what are we doing here exactly?
If you could just convince your mind to sit down for a minute and listen to you and say, this is our truth from now on. This is true. Laws of manifestation are real. It is true. It's the truth.
But you know,
Then
people
you can
feel
start.
like they need proof.
That's the mind. That's the ego.
Without knowing that their life itself is proof, because
Yes.
you manifested absolutely everything.
That's why.
there.
Because that's why they can't take responsibility. They can't respond to the fact that even then that is an undesirable aspect of their life they created at some point, unknowingly, sometimes knowingly as well. But that's why the reason why I was talking about this, because that's that point, that reference point where when you get to be able to convince your mind, your ego, that is the truth.
I think it's less about. I understand what you're saying, because you're coming from like a very left brain way of thinking, like logic and all that stuff,
Right.
which has very little to do with this. But us being here, us being on this earth plane, we try and make a science of things. It's the thing that we're doing. It's the thing we've all collectively agreed to, about this thing called science to prove our reality. I get it. But, and that's in no way, shape or form me saying there's not a place for science. There is. It's just when it comes to matters that include not only that, but and more, it's against the whole entire formula. It's like me doing algebra and not including 2 parts of the formula when it's a 3-part formula.
Yeah, absolutely.
But you see what I'm saying? That's all
funny.
it is. It's not about it not having a science. Like, do you know what I would say to pick someone like that? I would say to go and look up Neville Goddard.
Yes.
Because he's literally somebody, I think he was around in the 1920s, who, or was it late 1940s? One of the two. Anyway.
Or Joe Dispenza, I think is Joe Dispenza.
No, I'm saying Neville Goddard.
Neville Goddard.
Because it's for the people who are skeptics. Obviously, you need to know, right?
Yeah, but
and where'd you have the proof, right?
Yeah.
So, okay.
I mean, obviously,
So
I don't think like that. But
no, I'm
but I
saying
can
for the
see
person
why
who you said, like for the
that
skeptic.
would be the first thing to try to.
Yeah, but then the thing is, I'm not in the
You know.
business of trying to convince anyone of anything. So that's why I'd say, if that's where you're at, then go to Neville Goddard, because that's not my place. Like I'm not on it. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm living my life. Like,
But then you can.
I know how to manifest. I've been manifesting. I can share with you what I go through. If that doesn't speak to you, and you still
definitely.
Neville Goddard, boom. Like, the reason I'm saying that is because there was people who went there, journalists who went there to literally disprove what he was coming out with this new book. It was like what people would say woohoo. Like, at the time, the whole idea of manifestation, the whole concept of it seemed very out there, very, you know, heighty flighty to people. Very much something that was like, you know, snake oil. So they sent a bunch of journalists down there from different newspapers to literally disprove him and then write up a piece about how much of a charlatan he was. Okay, and then they all left doing what he said and all left being convinced.
Well, okay, the reason why I was saying these things in particular, it is not for the people that are absolute skeptical or not. It's for the people that somewhat deep down know there is something there, but they oscillate between, you know, believe it and kind of forgetting about it. And then, you know, so what I'm saying is that when you're trying to build momentum, some things that will help is when this is like assimilated as being the truth. And that's how the universe actually work. So,
do you know what I think?
Because like you say, the science is often contradicts a lot of things in itself, which means that it is, you think you have knowledge of how things goes, but you don't.
Well, this is the thing for me personally.
Yeah.
I remember maybe, oh wow, that's ages ago now. It's before we moved even to that place. Robert Greene's book of The Laws of Attraction. Yeah,
or
The Laws of Attraction. I remember buying that.
Yeah.
I think I bought that when we were still living in Paris. Like, yeah, it was like way back.
Yeah. I remember you were actually reading about that.
Yeah,
and you actually told me about a few stories on that, which were really interesting.
It was 12, 13, it's ages ago.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Back then is when I was like, this is interesting.
Yeah.
And I remember reading a book from Jim Rohn. Jim Rohn has a really great book. I forgot the title now. I'll put everything down in the description bar, but it's basically what he's always says. But when you change the way you look at things, the things that you look at change.
Right.
And this is the guy who was a motivational speaker back in the day, like in the 80s, really prevalent.
Yeah.
And that's kind of where I took it from and went from there.
Right.
Like, I was going and kind of looking at things from that perspective. So that's like somebody who didn't know about it, listening to that one line and saying to myself, yeah, like, if I say I'm having a great day and I choose to look at it from like that perspective, then that's what it is. If I say this, you know what I mean? Like when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. It's like really simple. It just spoke to me immediately. But that's what kind of got me down the whole, you know, lane of going and finding Robert Greene's book about the laws of attraction, reading that, then going down that way. So then by the time I'd known about the laws of attraction, I thought really, I was thinking about it from more of a monetarily point of view. So this had nothing to do with, I did not at the time relate anything to do with me being able to manifest, so to speak. Because believe it or not, it just never, I just didn't think about it. I said, yeah, you got to attract things to you, attract things to you, attract things to you. But once I kind of got the whole entire...
So you mean they're already there and you attract them to you rather than you create them in the ethereal space and then they...
Not that you're not a creator, it's already all there and then you just bring it to you, you draw it to you.
Yeah.
And I got that concept and I was like, wow, that's great. But then if you read the book, it's like, yeah, that's great for Cleopatra. Yeah, that's great for Napoleon Bonaparte. Yeah, that's great for whoever.
Yeah.
I only got with manifesting anything once I'd read a book that You Can Heal Your Life by Louise Hay. Mm-hmm. And I saw it from a health perspective because at the time I was like dealing with a lot of health stuff. And then I realized about the power of that with generating what the reality is in your body. Hanging on to certain thoughts, hanging on to certain beliefs, and how you kind of like have to look at yourself as more than just a body or just more than just a mind, that you have a spiritual imprint. Like, you're a spirit. You're not just walking around flesh and mind. You're actually a spirit having a human experience, not a human having a come to Jesus spiritual experience. And I was like, that was the switch for me.
Well, that is why I was mentioning Joe Dispenza, because he actually covers all of these things as well. So there's several, and it's really good to actually take you from the place where you may be skeptical or oscillating between the idea of being actually true or not, or doubting, and he helped you to actually understand that what this whole energy is about. And I think that if you compound, or if you collect different teachings, like you say, the books you were talking about, and Neville Goddard as well, all of this will actually help you have a greater understanding of what this whole thing is about, what this universe is about, and co-creating is. So then you can start building momentum. Because the only reason you were able to start building momentum in your life is because you have assimilated as that being the truth.
I've chosen to
the ultimate truth.
Yeah.
And once you do that, and there's no doubt that is the truth, then you can start building momentum. But if you always pose in resistance because is it really? Am I really?
That's the thing as well. It's about what part of me is trying to be. Am I emotionally attached? That's what I said about the detachment. Am I emotionally attached to the outcome?
Yeah.
If you are going to make your frequency dependent on the emotional attachment to the outcome, then it is going to pose resistance. So this idea, and I used to say a lot, when I get this, I'll be happy when I get this. Oh yeah, when I get that, I'll be happy when I get that.
Yeah.
When I just get this, then I'll be happy. And then you get them and you wonder why you're lackluster, because you literally exhausted yourself to go and get it because you felt like it had to be done in a certain way, number one. You had to put in a certain amount of hours and time and effort, number two. And it had to look a certain way.
Yeah, I mean, that's probably why
so you basically
referring...
by the time you get it, you just you like it, you love it for the moment, and then you find yourself one day waking up and being like, it's different this morning.
It's probably what you're referring to.
And then you disgust yourself of it, and then it just ends up collecting dust, whether mentally or physically in your sphere.
Well, I was going to say it's probably why you're referring to Neville Goddard, because actually what you just said is actually what he's teaching, like to actually trick your mind.
Well,
so you stop having...
I don't think it's trick your mind. I think it's trick the old processes that we've been programmed to believe. We've been... you still... And that's where I was trying to say, applying compassion to yourself, being compassionate with yourself, being accepting of where you are, what you're experiencing on this earth plane. We're programmed to believe certain things. But the programming is real. Like, look about the amount of things that you believe to be true and how long you've believed them to be true, whether or not they serve you, and then say to yourself, I'm going to believe something that's contrary to one of them, and see how much you resist letting go of those old beliefs.
Well, you're taught to have a mindset but not be in your heart space. And
that's the whole point. And it's like, listen to it.
That is why there's
which means it doesn't change.
But that is why there's hacking to hack your mind, because when you're in your mindset, you're literally telling your mind to lead, and it's highly limited. It's a huge limitation. So when you trick it kind of gently lose the control of it, and it's a gentle way to because one of the relevant things when I discovered Neville Goddard and what his teaching was about that famous teaching about the ladder.
Yeah.
about someone be skeptical about, but anyway, you guys have to go and check it out. And
Yeah.
I'm not going to enter into this. It'll be a nice discovery anyway.
It will be. But then I'm going through this, like, as I'm going through this, obviously my children, they have wants, they have needs, they want to manifest stuff for themselves as well. You know
Absolutely,
what I mean?
yeah.
And how I've let them know about it is just simply just saying, all right, pick anything. Yeah?
Yeah.
Anything. Doesn't have to be important to you. Just pick anything. And they'll pick something like, okay, pink car.
Okay.
All right, pink car.
Yeah.
Just be like, I don't care to see a pink car. That's it. Say it now and again. I don't care to see a pink. I don't care to see a pink car. I don't care to see a pink car. Just now and again.
Yeah.
And then they're like, Mum, all I keep on seeing is pink cars. And I was like, exactly.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as knowing that
Exactly.
even when you think you don't want something, the mere fact that you've ordered it, it's coming.
Yes,
without a question of a doubt.
That's when you can take responsibility for the thing that you don't want in your life when they're there, because you know that at some point,
in one way, shape, or form, you called
manifested
it in.
It's like when you're pregnant, you sort of look more pregnant woman.
Everywhere. Everywhere.
But okay. On that note, then, what would be if you had 3 advice to give to someone that's going through these emotions on day-to-day basis, but want to so-called deal with it? What would be a practical advice you give them?
Deal with what?
Any emotion surrounding, guilt, blame, anger, any emotion that they feel don't serve them, but feeling bad for it.
All right. I'm going to tell them how I deal with it. Like, they do what they want with that.
But on a practical
level,
yeah.
I would say to go and look at the map of consciousness.
Okay, that's great. Yeah.
The map of consciousness, go and have a look, because it will let you see where you are operating most times. And a lot of the time we're still operating in survival mode.
Okay.
And where you survive, you can't thrive. You're just surviving. You're just day by day in it, trying to get by.
Yeah.
And shame and guilt reside there. So immediately, if there's any question as to why you're feeling bad, it's because it's your spirit just letting you know you're out of alignment.
So map of consciousness.
You're just out of alignment. I don't prefer it. Well, neither do I. Oh, you don't like it? Well, neither. Why do you feel so-called bad? Because it's not of you. It's not your truth. Why do you feel bad in your center space? Why do you feel like uncomfortable? It's literally your spirit telling you, this isn't a fit for us.
Yeah. So
even the feeling of feeling shame, the feeling of feeling guilt it just doesn't feel good. It doesn't sit right, because it's out of alignment to who you are, your actual truth. So that would be one. So go and check it out. Because even if you've got to get it up higher and say, well, you know what, even if I say do anger on this one or apathy, at least it's higher than, you know what I mean? The shame and the guilt.
Yeah.
Because at this point.
So the map of consciousness would be one of the things for them to to actually be aware of.
Just to have literally like a map. Just to show you where you're at. You know, you go to the mall and it says you are here. That. Just on a practical level. Once you know where you're at, then you know where you can attune yourself to.
All right, so map of consciousness, then what would be the second advice?
Have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for yourself. And it doesn't mean... It doesn't mean making out that you haven't made a mistake or that you couldn't have done better or that you would have chosen better. But the mere fact that you can understand that you would have chosen better is your improvement right there. Yeah. Because you saw it. You reflected on it.
And I guess...
the reflection's been done now.
if you could have chosen better,
You
that
would
means you
have.
would have been equipped with better
To do so.
to do so. Yeah, which means you obviously were not. Hence, why now you're feeling you could have chosen better.
Exactly.
I guess that
but
was the
don't
lesson.
beat yourself up about it because now you've gone and dug yourself deeper into it. Where your attention goes, energy flows. Now you're just making the thing that's this small even bigger. You're magnifying it.
Yeah.
Remember we were saying magnifier, reflector. It will magnify it. So just stop focusing on it.
So compassion, that for yourself first.
Compassion for yourself.
Okay. Then
Like, don't sit here and beat yourself up. It's like if you were talking to the younger you wouldn't sit there and just be like, you idiot, you imbecile,
Yeah.
you couldn't. You'd have been like, listen, you didn't know at the time. And even if you did, you obviously weren't ready to act on it.
so what would be the third advice then?
The third advice would be just choose different next time. Just choose it. Just choose.
So acknowledge the fact
The
that
mere
you
fact
can
that you've
choose.
been able to be compassionate about it and realize, oh, this time is different because I've been able to reflect on what happened. Next time, just choose different.
So acknowledge that you can choose.
Just acknowledge you can choose. The mere fact that you can reflect means that you can choose. Like I said, like, why are you choosing to believe that that's what you have to do?
So I guess
Because whatever it is that you keep on feeling you have to do at this point, you are only doing it because you believe continuing to do it serves you in some way.
so. Don't reflect to choose to feel bad, but reflect to the idea that you have the choice to do better for yourself next time. Or to choose
It's
better.
all about better for yourself.
Yeah.
Because
So,
it's like saying you're going to quit smoking, yeah?
yeah.
And I say this as somebody who used to smoke, yeah?
Yeah.
So you say you're going to quit smoking, and then you just say to yourself, oh gosh, I didn't quit smoking. Oh gosh, it's so hard. Oh gosh, da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And then you start blaming, oh, it's the nicotine. Oh, it's these companies. Oh, it's this. Oh, it's that. Da, 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 da. Have you ever stopped to think? Because I remember I've got an auntie, and she was saying to me, one of my aunties, she was like, people tell me to stop smoking and drinking all the time, and I won't. I like it. Have you ever stopped and had enough compassion? And what I loved about her is that she just had so much compassion for herself. She was like, I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not stopping because I like it.
I understand. Yeah.
It serves me. And she was just like, that's it. It serves me.
So practically.
So you have to ask yourself, are you beating yourself up because other people are beating you up about it? Other people are telling you this is something you shouldn't do? Or are you doing it because it's truly something that you don't want to do anymore? It's not in alignment with you? Because a lot of times we beat ourselves up about something that is actually what we want to do, who we truly are.
Yeah.
But because society doesn't like it, family doesn't like it, your partner doesn't like it, your kids don't like it, or whatever, then you kind of be like, oh gosh, I should, but I can't help myself. So what are you hanging on to it for if it's so detrimental?
Yeah.
Oh, so these people like you. Because then you realise you're going to quit it and then you're going to turn around and like not like them, right? As a result of.
Yeah. So also all right. So the three advice, which is go and look for the map of consciousness, so you can have more of an overview of what all these feelings can bring in.
So you could be aware of where your frequency may be laying at any given time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then the second advice would be have the compassion for yourself.
Yeah.
Be compassionate enough to not blame yourself.
The thing is, once you
To
start
not
being
feel bad,
compassionate,
to not, feel guilty about the very things that obviously at this point don't seem to align with you. And
yeah,
then-
because the universe being a magnifier, if you are compassionate about yourself, then it will magnify and mirror situations that allow for more compassion to come into your
right.
life. Then you could build momentum
And-
of more compassionate moments.
Right. And then
Hey,
the third,
presto.
And then the third advice
Would be
I'm just trying to remember what you just said.
having the integrity with yourself.
Yes.
So ask yourself, is this me though?
Yeah.
Am I changing this because it doesn't suit other people, or am I changing this because it doesn't serve me?
This is it. You were saying about the choice, understanding that you have the choice to even change what you very don't like about it, or you don't prefer.
But you still got to ask yourself, do I even want to?
Well, it's very layered, because even on the things that maybe the society look trying to present as being bad, some of these things that, though in a way they also promote it. So it's like I promote it, but I'm telling you it's bad. So you see that a lot with food.
Oh, just food?
So I promote it and
just food, or are we talking like most of the things that they will turn around and tell you it's bad? They're still the people who will promote it. It's still the systems that promote it.
Absolutely. So you see these things happening a lot. So there's this contradiction, but also the fact that you may is another thing as well. Exactly what you say is some things that maybe feel bad, but you actually want, but then also the things that maybe you feel bad, you think you actually want it, but the only reason you want it is because the conditioning in which you've been subjected since a very young age. So, for instance, the things you think you like aren't actually the thing you like. Actually, you don't have a clue what you like, because you've been conditioned for so long into certain, depending on where you are and what geographically. So you think like, oh, wow, and then you probably perhaps you need to spend time to see what you like. Maybe it's an education that this thing come up because you don't know what you like.
Yeah.
And that's okay if you don't.
Yeah.
It's all right if you don't. So that will meet, I guess, what the last point you were saying. You have the choice. Once you have the choice, and the second point, which was like the second advice, which don't feel bad about it. Don't start beating yourself up.
It's not going to help you.
Yeah.
It's not going to serve you.
What is a great advice for you to start being practical about it, I would say?
Yeah, a practical way to dig your way out of a hole.
Because when you're lost in the sauce, this is why I ask you these 3 advice, because when you're lost in the sauce, you can't be dealing with 15 advice and there's so many information out there. No, it's the truth. And sometimes they contradict each other and you will not know.
Yeah.
You'll do one to undo the other one and then it's a mess.
This is why a lot of it's just standing back and just being like, do I even care to fix it? Hang on a minute. Do I even care to fix this?
Well, that's
or is there someone else wanting to fix this?
That's why I love what's like Crimson Circle with Adamus.
Yeah.
I love the work he's doing, because it's also the ability to let go, to learn how to let go. And when you learn how to let go, I've noticed that you start finding out what you like and love things that are just conditioning.
Yeah.
To think in a certain way, and that causes you more issues than you being your natural self.
Like rice and peas on Sunday,
right? And then right, and the ascending master, a couple of people are actually channeling Saint Germain, and he refers a lot to the inner child, and this is really, I think, where the truth resides. The things you like when you were a child, things you love to do. And that is actually, for me, what I find it very healing and allow me to be more myself and then to expand in the direction which I align with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why I was saying that's where the compassion steps in, because if I was talking to younger Shem,
yep,
who's where most of my desires come from anyway.
Yeah.
As far as like aligning with joy.
Yeah.
Am I going to berate her when she feels a certain way? And I was like, imagine that.
And you know what?
She feels a certain way. She's saying, oh gosh, I couldn't even imagine one of our kids come to us and say, oh mummy, I'm not having a good day. And I say, why are you not having a good day? What's going on? Why are you... Wow.
And you know what's funny? Because
you see what I'm saying? It's like, why would you do that to yourself then?
Yeah. And think about, it's funny because think about child as its purest form. When I was a kid, for me, it was like, I had a bad day if I couldn't get a sweet.
Yeah.
That's just that simple. Like, so when you have a sweet tooth, and as a grown-ass man or you know, a woman, you feel a bit low and you hit the chocolate bar. So fucking what?
Yeah. So what?
It makes me feel good.
And that's okay. Especially if that's like, and that's okay. If that's the best you can do right now, then that's okay.
And you know what? That's why you don't like to use a scale.
No.
I don't care about the scale.
I used to live and die by the scales.
And the calories and all that.
Listen, I used to count calories. I used to be all about the scale.
Remember
I
Weight
used
Watchers?
to do Weight Watchers. What's the thing where you like count your body fat degree? All of that good stuff.
Think about Weight Watchers. They're watching weight.
They told you what they did from the get-go. They told
Yo.
you everything they're about in their title.
Yeah. Do you know what? Just don't try to fix everything. No,
That's what it
everything
is.
is meant to be fixed.
And I was like,
Gotta let go, man.
oh, you don't enjoy this. Then why are you doing it? Because I believe I have to go through this to get the things that I want to get. Why? Because I don't believe I can do it any other way. Sit with that.
And that's
Who
okay.
made you believe that? Usually people who didn't even do it. People who aren't doing it now. Or people who think that there has to be some way of doing absolutely everything, but they did it 30 years ago. Boop. Just saying.
Yeah, it's absolutely true.
They don't look like you. They don't have your life. They don't even have the life that you aspire to have.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, so what are we doing here? That's why I'm like checking on yourself.
Yeah, you have to. All right. It's time to go now.
Yes, it is. Leave in the comments section what you do to get out of a little rut. If any of those pointers were helpful to you, I am happy to share. Have you got any pointers to share with the community? Leave them down in the comments section, and we will see you next time. Thanks for this co-creation. Ciao.
Ciao.